to answer your question, because the nonsense, and I need to give you the cure for the poison pill. Mr. Burr has had 2 gun licenses. 2. A rifle and a 9mm pistol. 2. Certainly, over a period of time, he was approved 9 gun licenses, not 10. But when he was a gun enthusiast, if a matter of fact, he even formed the Rifles Club. Whenever he sees a type of gun that he want to buy that gun. So when he applied, I would say, if you get that, what you have, you must sell. So as he sold what he had. So at any point in time, he only had 2 guns. Now, even if it were to say that he had 9 guns, it would not be illegal.
Compal Williams further clarified that there is not a limit on the amount of gun licenses a single individual can possess. He noted that there are individuals with up to 20 gun licenses in the country. He also noted that it is not uncommon for him to approve multiple gun licenses in a single day for one person.
The law does not place a limit on the amount of guns a person can have. We have people in this country who have up to 20 guns licensed. 20. Not issued by me. We have people who have 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, right down. Many people have more than 10 gun licenses in this country. An issue was not made when they got those gun licenses. And again, these are outstanding people. Most of them are gun enthusiasts. I listened to the Channel 7 report when a man said that in one instant 3 were approved on a day. There are times I approve 5 gun licenses in one day for one person. Let's say, for example, you have a family member, maybe your father. Your father had maybe 8 guns and he died. You wish to keep those guns in the family. So you apply to the Commissioner of Police for them. I would approve 8 of them to you. But there's nothing wrong with that. What some of us public servants fail to understand is that we provide a service to the people. And that service that we provide, we must do so in the most efficient and effective manner. I've heard people complain that they apply for a gun license 3-6 months and they got no reply. I say to people, if you apply for a gun license, come to my office at Belmapan. I will take your application form, send it for vetting, get the vetting, and perhaps in a week you get your gun license. That is making things more efficient for people.
Commissioner of Police Chester Williams is firing back at opposition leader Moses Shine Barrow. In his Independence Day speech, Barrow stated that citizen security continues to worsen. He went on to say that murders and violent crimes are more frequent and that gun licenses and impunity are being sold to the highest bidder. Well, the Commissioner of Police says Barrow is preaching lies from the pulpit, and he brought the murder statistic with him.
He seems to have an affinity for me. I don't know what it's about, but he needs to stop. When it comes to the issue of the crime rate, he always tries to paint a picture that crime is out of control, and he knows it is not true. But he only do it for political reasons, which is wrong. It is not the duty of a politician to politicize the issue of crime and try to gain points from the misfortune of others. We have our national statistics, and when it comes to the murder count, the stats don't lie. You all have it. And I don't need to be the one to tell you you can go into your archives and you can see for yourselves that from 2012 to present, 12 years, the worst year in the history of this country when it comes to murders is 2012, when we had 147 or 48 murders. The second most deadliest year, I think, was 2018, when we had 145, and then 2017, 143. The best years we have had is 2013, when we had 99 murders. That's the only year the murder count had been under 100 since 2008. The second best year to that was 2020, when we had so much state of emergency under COVID. And as well as that year, we also had the gang state of emergencies. That year we had 104. The third best year was last year, 2022, when we had 113.
Yeah.
When we compared the first half of this year, 2023, to those 3 years, 2013, 2020, and 2022, we are down compared to those 3 years. So for the leader of the opposition to say that murders are occurring more frequent than before, he is lying.
Kevin Cadle has been the director of the Department of Youth Services for quite a number of years and has been actively involved with at-risk youth across the country for the better part of the last 26 years. In fact, through the DYS and the Leadership Intervention Unit, Cadle has been working closely with the Belize Police Department and the Ministry of Home Affairs to address the issue of gang violence in Belize City. But amid a scandal involving what appears to be academic fraud, Cadle has stepped down from his post. His notice of resignation was tendered recently to the Minister of Public Service, Henry Charles Usher.
The Director of Youth Services, Mr. Cadle, submitted his resignation from the public service. He gave 26 years of his life to public service, so I have to thank him for all the years that he gave to public service to the people and country of Belize, but he decided to go in a different direction. He submitted that resignation, and the resignation was accepted by the Ministry of Public Service.
Will he still receive his full benefits, etc., since at the time of his resignation he was about to come under investigation for significant wrongdoing or something like that? Because
he submitted his resignation, and as being a public officer for 26 years, he is entitled to his benefits, yes. Once the resignation is accepted. Of course, he's not of the pension age yet, so he won't receive a pension until he reaches that pension age.
But the ineluctable fact is that there was an allegation of academic fraud involved.
It's the media that's bringing out allegations. I can only go by what I receive, and that's a resignation letter from the Director of Youth Services. And again, I have to thank him for the years that he gave to the country.
After the break, another shift in the local banking sector. We'll tell you about that, but first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
When you want to repaint the guest room, remember to fix the faucet too.
Take a break from rising prices and come into Brothers Habet or Habet and Habet for our sizzling September sale. Shop and save with these great deals, like 15% off select brands of our signature paints, and 20% off all Pisa Forte tiles and all cement outdoor tiles, plus big discounts on thinset. But it doesn't stop there. Get 15% off all Moen products and 30% off clearance models. Enjoy 15% off Sunlight aluminum and vinyl windows and doors. And get 20 to 60% off decorative light fixtures. Come on down and celebrate September with incredible deals at Brothers Habet and Habet and Habet. Call, WhatsApp, or email us for more info. Happy September, Belize.
Quality Chicken Express invites you to come celebrate the grand opening of our restaurant at number 3 North Front Street this September 30th from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. We've worked hard to create a place where coworkers, family, and friends can come and enjoy a great dining experience with that signature quality taste we've become known for. Come and celebrate with us the inauguration of our drive-thru expressway. There will be music provided by Youth Connection Band and entertainment for the entire family, including bouncy house, raffles on the hour, every hour. Free food for purchases made at Quality Poultry Products and Chicken Express. See you there.
In 2019, I was in a traffic incident. After the surgery, they took me home, but it was still hard for me. 3 months after my recovery, my family noticed that I really needed professional help from a psychologist because I was unable to sleep, I was unable to eat, I didn't want to talk to nobody, and I seek professional help from the psychologist where he managed me to overcome the situation in which I was at that moment. For those who have been into a traffic incident and you feel your emotions are not the same, I highly recommend for you to seek mental health support because it is very difficult for you to overcome it on your own.
Whenever someone is a victim or a survivor of an RTI, they're exposed to a traumatic event. This person requires help, what we call psychological first aid, immediately. This is extremely important because once this person gets home, if the family begins to see or note changes in the behavior or the way the person is acting, they should know where to reach out to ask for the appropriate help. The earlier this is done, it means is that the person will be on the way to recovery quicker and it will be more effective.
Get between Belize City, Key Cocker, and San Pedro on a ferry faster than anyone else with Caribbean Sprinter. You better Belize it. Get with us online at sprinter.bz.
Port Authority will be hosting a maritime educational exposition on Friday 29 September 2023 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at our headquarters located at Mile 4.5 George Price Highway, Belize, in celebration of World Maritime Day 2023. Come and learn from our distinguished speakers, our CEO within the ministry, Port Commissioner, and members of the Maritime Technical Committee on this momentous occasion. This year's focus will be on the role of the MARPOL Convention in protecting Belize's marine environment. The Maritime Educational Expo aims to provide a platform of engagement among maritime and partnering entities and students across Belize. 20 key agencies in Belize will be displaying their work and their many contributions to Belize's maritime industry. Come visit their booths and learn more. At the event, the winner of this year's National Maritime Essay Competition will be announced and we will hear the winning entry. Come and join us Friday 29 September 2023 at the BPA headquarters in Belize City as we celebrate the World Maritime Day under the theme MARPOL at 50, our commitment goes on. Light refreshments will be served and local vendors such as Papa Churros, Chicken Dread, and Smoked D will be offering an array of delicious foods. We thank our sponsors and partners for making this event possible. Platinum sponsors BEC Limited, R&B Constructions Company Limited, and Port of Belize Limited. Silver sponsors Imarbe, Belize Marine Surveyors, Thunderbolt Water Taxi, and Captain Sharks. We thank you and look forward to your continued support.
Yo, my Belize family, walk, go on, listen, guess who's back? Me, soon forward again, that's right. I'll be back performing live on Saturday, the 30th of September. So make sure you're there, get your ticket them, don't miss out. Cause every time I come to Belize, I shell down. So don't miss out, this is your warning. Me I tell you now, so me I come Belize again for the third time. Yeah!
In the fire for that comedy show, I want you.
It seems like every other day, we hear of a family member or friend being diagnosed with a serious illness such as cancer, heart attack, kidney failure, or stroke. When these illnesses strike, you want to focus on recovery and your overall well-being. At RFNG Life Insurance, we offer critical illness insurance to help with medical expenses when diagnosed with such critical illnesses, providing security to access quality healthcare facilities and to ease the worry about finances. In case you are diagnosed with a life-threatening illness that is covered by the policy, critical illness insurance pays you a lump sum amount to help you obtain access to quality treatment and medication. Having critical illness insurance provides the financial support that will bring you and your family the security and peace of mind necessary to manage these illnesses. The possibility of being diagnosed can be worrying, but by having a critical illness plan, you could have funds to assist with expenses such as medications, hospital deductibles, childcare, household expenses, and so much more. The right time to plan for the unexpected is when you're healthy. For more information, visit our office today to speak with one of our experienced agents about critical illness insurance. Your health and wellness is what matters most. Take care of it.
The Cuban Embassy was attacked on Sunday night in Washington, D.C. by someone who threw 2 Molotov cocktails at the building. This is according to Cuban Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez Parrilla, who added that no one was hurt during the incident. The attack took place several hours after Cuba's leader Miguel Díaz-Canel returned to the island after attending events at the United Nations in New York last week. On Monday, White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan condemned the attacks. Also echoing those sentiments is Belize's Foreign Minister Eamon Courtney, who took to X, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, to share his position on the incident. Courtney says, quote, "The attack on the Cuban embassy in Washington, D.C. is illegal. Belize condemns it. The perpetrators must be held to account," end quote. Reports reaching News 5 are that substantial Heritage Bank shares are on the auction block. Information suggests that a bank in the Caribbean region and a local bank have shown interest in purchasing those shares. It is a significant development in the local banking sector, and today PM Briceño was asked about it. Here is what he said.
That is a matter that the central bank deals with, not the Ministry of Finance. Now, obviously, as a government, we also have a responsibility to ensure that whatever is done, that it does not jeopardize the banking sector. The banking sector is paramount to a thriving economy, to have confidence in Belize and to have confidence in the peg, the 2-to-1 peg. So it is something that we can't take lightly. Nothing has come to me at this point. I wasn't even aware this is already up for action. But it's something that we'd have to take a close look.
It's been a continuous and repeated cry. The cost of living has become overbearing, and people are struggling to keep up with purchasing food items and paying their bills. Today, when we met with the Minister of Agriculture, Jose Abelardo May, who is also the Minister of Food Security, we asked him for an update on the efforts to discourage price gouging in the country. While May said that inflation is a global problem that individual governments must deal with, he said that in a few days, merchants who are taking advantage should begin to feel the penalties through the government's ticketing system now in place.
While we have inflation in the country, you look at the other countries next to you, and we have, I think, the third lowest in the region. compared to other countries. But it's real, right? The legislation has been in place now. They are ticketing people now. So we believe that we will see the effect of that in the next few days, right? But it's not an easy fight. It's a tough challenge because not only we experience it, other countries are looking at ways how they can mitigate the effects too, especially those who are net importers of food. Can you imagine if you have to import your soybean, import your corn, import your sorghum to do animal feed? What would be the cost of that end product, right? We are lucky. We don't need to do that. So while our price is still above what people are comfortable with, we are still better off than other countries.
When we return, Belize and El Salvador to begin food trade.
Nestled away in the quaint Belize River Valley, Black Orchid's Panda River restaurant offers a variety of great dining areas and experiences with an excellent variety of local and international cuisine, with healthy meal options for vegans and those with health concerns. Your delectable dining can be topped off with our excellent desserts, natural fruit juices, and exquisite wine and drink options. All prepared by our certified chef and award-winning mixologist. Come to Panda River Restaurant and River Rum Bar to relax in the pool or use our excellent conference facilities combined with great dining.
A diamond in the jungle.
My Social Security is your secure online account to manage all your social security information. My Social Security launched in March 2021 with registration service to apply online for new or replacement social security cards. Upgrades to My Social Security continues with a new look, enhanced customer experience, and its newest feature, Sickness Benefit Online application. With My Social Security, you can create your account, log in, and take control of your Social Security information. This includes applying for a new or replacement Social Security card for yourself, child, or dependent. Make appointments online and submit your complete sickness benefit claim package. Our customer care team is here to provide you, our valued customers, with real-time support. Connect with one of our customer care agents through direct messages on WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, or live chat, or follow our YouTube channel for more information. Social Security at your fingertips. My Social Security.
Mr. President, as Belize and Guatemala continue to pursue the peaceful, just, and final resolution of Guatemala's claim to Belizean territory before the International Court of Justice, illegal incursions by Guatemalans continue. Recently, Guatemalan military forces illegally entered Belizean waters and unlawfully removed Belizean flags placed on Belizean soil. Deforestation, cattle ranching, and cultivation of illegal drugs by Guatemalans continue in remote and protected areas of Belize. These activities are contrary to international law and good neighborliness. Concluding a Sarsoon protocol to avoid unnecessary incidents in our southern and maritime space remains outstanding but necessary.
Sign up for a Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
El Salvador's Minister of Agriculture, Oscar Enrique Guardado, is in Belize along with a technical team on a 2-day working visit and will be touring selected farms in the country. The minister's visit comes on the heels of a recent trip that Minister of Agriculture, Jose Abelardo May, made to El Salvador a few weeks ago. The purpose of that visit was to look at products that El Salvador is marketing and to express interest in the possibility of trading some of our goods with them. Out of the discussions came a suggestion that the two countries sign a technical cooperation agreement that would enable technical teams from Belize and El Salvador to travel and learn from each other practices that have worked. As part of the tour today, one of the shops was at TKO Farms in Tea Kettle Village, which produces soursop byproducts. News 5's Marian Ali was there and filed this report.
These are some of the products that TKO Farms in Tea Kettle Village, Cayo, produces, and quite possibly products that El Salvador might begin to import from us. Their Minister of Agriculture, Oscar Guardado, is in Belize today and on Tuesday to tour various farms that produces agricultural products and byproducts. Minister of Agriculture, Jose Abelardo May, says that Belize can benefit much from this arrangement.
El Salvador imports much of their food.
Okay.
And the global trade changes every now and again. For example, El Salvador, yes, imports a lot of meats from Nicaragua, but Nicaragua now is focusing on the European market. So they are concerned of okay, who will supply us with meats. Belize is blessed in a sense that most of the things that we eat daily, the rice, the beans, the chicken, the egg, the vegetable is grown here. El Salvador is saying, can you sell us rice? Guatemala has asked us the same thing. And I believe we can. We can. We have the farmers, we have the land, we have the expertise. Okay. Right? So this is what they're looking at. What can we sell them the red small beans that they consume? Can we sell them the white corn that they want? They want white corn and yellow corn.
El Salvador also has interest in our soursop products, Mai said. But key to all of this is an agreement for trade and technical cooperation.
There are many things that we know that they don't, and there are many things that they know that we don't. So we can share the technology, the knowledge, the experience with countries.
The visiting minister, Guardado, told us through El Salvador's director of the National School of Agriculture, Odette Varela, who doubled as his translator today, that they also extend their assistance to another of our ministries.
The Belizeans, the technicians that Belize with the agricultural sector can come to El Salvador and have that exchange of knowledge. Also, we had a meeting with the Vice Minister, Tania Santos, talking about the development that we have in El Salvador in terms of indigenous people and also women. What can El Salvador exchange with Belize, with the experiences, and which models are in El Salvador that have been successful and that can be implemented here?
The two countries are looking to have the agreement signed by the end of this year. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
Robotics has officially been declared a sport in Belize. Hearing that, you may be wondering how it is that robotics can be classified as a sport. Well, for one, it teaches important life and team-building values. And while it may require more mental output and critical thinking than a physical display of strength and speed, skills and strategy are required in a robotics competition. Today, the Minister of Sports, Rodwell Ferguson, handed over official documents to the principal at the Belize High School for the launch of a National Robotics Federation. News 5's Paul Lopez was there, and he filed the following report.
Belize is perhaps the first country in the world to formally declare robotics a sport. Today, Rodwell Ferguson, the Minister of Sports, made the announcement.
Belize has been taking the lead in many aspects. Number one, the Prime Minister was successful to restructure this Wabon into a blue bun, and many other countries are following suit. And now we have taken the lead in making robotics a sport. Ever since the thing came up from Switzerland last year, Mrs. Usher was talking to me about how can we make it a sport. I also applaud the idea, and I will talk to the National Sports Council Board and the director likewise and figure out how it can become formal. And so they met last week, and they all agreed that we should make it a sport. So Belize has taken the lead, and I believe other countries will follow suit.
Jamie Usher, the principal of Belize High School and a partner of First Robotics, received official documentation from the minister to launch the nation's first robotics federation. Usher, Godfrey Sosa, and the team at BHS have been leading the charge in expanding the reach of the sport across the country.
Part of our first experience started in 2018 when we did the first global competition in Mexico City. Since then, experience with FIRST has been a highly organized, very competitive, socially responsible experiment in science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And why not bring that to as many Belizean students as possible? Part of our initiative has involved a national competition every year, but we are intent on having that grow. So what we want to do is be inclusive while appreciating diversity. So a big push was endorsing sport and at the same time launching a federation.
Robotics requires hard work and commitment like any other sporting discipline. It also requires a great deal of skills and strategy. Competitors are not physically playing the game like hitting a ball or running a race. They are, however, engaged in constructing these robots and controlling them. They must be able to build competition-worthy robots that can complete tasks required in the game. In November, Usher and her team will officially launch the Belize Robotics Federation.
Under the federation, you could be an adult robotics enthusiast, and you could serve in different capacities like volunteering and helping event coordination in the different districts. You could be a community group, like we have the Fort George Robo Blazers, that will be a community group. So they're a group of robotics students that started with us in our summer camp, but they're from a bunch of different schools. So if the school doesn't have a team, there's a way to form a community team. Then if we have a team like St. John's or Palote, elementary schools like St. Joseph, Holy Redeemer, all of those are welcome under the Federation umbrella, that they could register and become a legitimate robotics engineer.
For these Belize High School students, the declaration comes as a huge achievement. They have represented Belize in robotics across the country as well as the world stage in promoting the discipline. And as they have been doing, they will continue to invite interested schools and community to become a part of robotics, only this time under a sports federation.
I'm sure others that can really replicate, because it's a mental, it's a mindset, a mind thing. So they will want to test their mind to see if they can first invent the robot and then be able to maneuver the robot. So I believe it will be replicate across the country, and you can see where past school will have major competition. So eventually this school might have so many competition that they might be able to be the team to go abroad to represent, because then there will be a federation now, they have to work with the federation.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Up next, in this week's Sports Monday, the Belize Marathon sees huge turnout.
Blood pressure 90 over 60, pulse rate 175, 145. Come on, we gotta get him to the operating theater. Let's go, let's go. Yeah. Come on, it's critical, guys. Let's go.
I
I've missed you so much, Daddy. Welcome home.
How are you doing, son? Thank God you're back, Uncle.
Mike. Hey, Mike. What's going on, man? We haven't hung out, we haven't touched base.
Yeah, man, I'm okay. I'm just trying to get things back to normal, you know?
To be honest, this is far from a normal you. You know I'm your boy, man. I'm here to help you. You know, there are some professional places that can assist you to get your mind back to normal. You can have a look at this.
All right, man. I appreciate it, man. Thanks very much. Okay, I'll give it a read later, okay?
Thanks.
Very good. Look what you did. You can't be spinning around all over the place. Just go. Just go.
It's okay, baby. Daddy didn't mean it. What's a grandma? Mike, this is not you. Your body has healed, but your mind hasn't. You can't be doing this alone. You need some help.
You're right.
Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Number one caller. Number one caller. Hey, number one caller. You know why? Listen, hey, for the best post and prepaid. You know that smart got you back. For the best service coverage. All we know that smart got you back. Travel and connect everywhere. You know that smart got you back. Smart record that'll go a long, long way. All we know that smart got you back. Yeah, Ben. Let's go. Yeah, Ben. Every caller is the number one caller with smart, bringing people together.
Good night and welcome to another edition of Sports Monday. I am Paul Lopez. Excellence is not a singular act, but a habit. You are what you do repeatedly. That's a quote from former basketball player Shaquille O'Neal. At sunrise on Sunday, 101 runners lined up at the starting mark in front of the Marion Jones Sporting Complex for the Belize City 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, and 21 kilometers marathons, respectively. The starting horn is blown and the runners for the 21 kilometers dash are off. Now here are the sprinters for the 10 kilometers run. After 19 minutes and 52 seconds, here comes Kimar Wagner for first place in the 5-kilometer race. He is followed by a winded Daniel Cruz with 20 minutes and 8 seconds on the clock. 40 minutes and 50 seconds after the start of the 10-kilometer marathon, Devendra Sunwar takes the first place medal. Cleovert Cal reached the finish line in 42 minutes and 15 seconds to take second place in the 10-kilometer marathon. 4 minutes behind him was Fred Usher Jr., who secured third place. And now for a dramatic finish in the 21-kilometer marathon. It's Albert Davis and Leon O'Brien toe-to-toe in a sprint to the finish line. Who will it be? Is it Davis or is it O'Brien? And it is Albert Davis who used up every bit of energy and collapsed at the finish line. Emergency medical technician Javier Cano sprang into action to assist Davis. His time was 1 hour 14 minutes and 4 seconds. O'Brien finished in 1 hour 14 minutes and 5 seconds. That is a 1 second difference.
I really never do what I was supposed to be there today, you understand? I never put in the training where I really want, you know? But for the last ending, the only man make I win this race here, so. This race, I run this race using my strategy. I stick to my race plan, and I don't say if I had to hold O'Brien to the finish, I had to go down for the sprint or not. That's exactly what I do. But when I'm ready to come to the finish, if I notice I drop by the finish line, I run out of breath. You understand myself? And I recuperate back, and I had to just give a pause to my body and not really get on for the ending.
The full marathon in the female category was won by Anna Camp, and the time was better than last year's. This event would not be possible without the Belize City Council, the National Sports Council of Belize, Atlantic Bank, Medina's House of Jewelry, KV Events Planning. This is a huge event, or one that we want to get much bigger, because in every big city that you go across the world, there is a marathon. You have the London Marathon, the New York Marathon, the Boston Marathon, and we want Belize City to be one of those venues. So this is not only something to promote health and wellness, but this is also something that we hope that in the future will bring sport tourism to our country in the month of September.
And now we have some football action from Sandhill Village. We're talking about the Marconi Leal Football Championship. On Friday night, Sandhill Blue Hawks took on Survivors in the match for first place. Survivors controlled the ball at the start of the game. 12 minutes into the match and the Blue Hawks player is fouled. The referee blows the whistle and issues a yellow card. Blue Hawks with the spot kick and a rocket from number 9 Gilroy Turton goes directly past the goalkeeper and into the goal post. 38 minutes into this one, the ball is thrown into the penalty box. Survivors are in control on top of the penalty box, and an easy touch towards the goal sends the goalkeeper flying. He's unable to hold that one. That's a goal for Survivors. Things get testy between the players just before the end of the first half. The referee steps in to calm down the players. Check out this highlight play. Number 9 for Survivors with the ball, as number 10 for Black Hawks defense. The chest skill, spin, he goes to the left, back to the right and sprints down the line. Makes an abrupt stop, pushes forward and through the legs of number 10. But in the end, the ball goes to waste. It's the second half of the match. Number 1 for Black Hawks receives the ball outside the penalty box and beats the defender. He's alone out front, faces off at the goalkeeper, kicks the ball and it goes into the net. In this play, a hard tackle inside the penalty box leads to a foul and a penalty kick for Survivors. Here's the kick, And that's another goal for survivors to tie the game. Blackhawks is in control on the line. The ball is thrown in and an easy header by number 9 for Blackhawks sends the ball into the goal and gives them the lead. The game ended 4-2 in favor of Blackhawks, the 2023 Marconi Leal Football Cup champions. And from football, we bring you some volleyball action. Belize's male under-23 national volleyball team is currently in Panama, competing in the under-23 Central American Volleyball Championship. The tournament began on Sunday with a highly anticipated matchup between Belize and its most formidable opponent, Costa Rica. Costa Rica with the first service of the match. Tyrell Locario picks it up, Kerwin Palacio, back to Locario, and the attack from Ernest Broster puts Belize on the scoreboard. Service by Braden Richardson. The ball rolls off the top of the net and into the play zone. That is a second point for Team Belize, a great start to the game. Belize is in the lead with 10 points to Costa Rica's 7. Hakan Godoy is up to serve. Costa Rica gets the ball across. Eliziar Mejia, Richardson, Palacio with the fake, but Mejia just couldn't get there on time. That is a point for Costa Rica. Costa Rica serving, Locario to Richardson. He sets Palacio and Palacio powers the ball into the play zone. That's too much for Costa Rica to handle. Broster with the serve. The ball is back to Belize. Richardson again to Palacio for the unstoppable combination. Team Belize would go on to take the first and second set of the match. In the third set, Costa Rica serves the ball. It's back to Costa Rica. The attack is blocked. Team Belize. Costa Rica picks up the attack from deep. Back to Belize, and Kerwin Palacio sends that one all the way outside. Service for Costa Rica. Locario to Richardson. Up to Palacio, and he is blocked. That's a second point for Costa Rica. This third set is now at 9 points apiece. Service to Costa Rica. The set and the attack goes straight down the middle. An excellent play from Costa Rica. After exchanging points, Costa Rica is in the lead with 21. The service is picked up by Costa Rica. There is a set and attack from behind. Locario reaches and that one goes out of bounds. Costa Rica would go on to take the third set. Team Belize, however, would come from behind with an impressive fourth set to win the match. Well, folks, that's all we have for you in tonight's coverage of Sports Monday. Catch you in the next one.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.